there are many, many copies of the Quran translated into English, and have been since the sort of 16th century. So there are a large number of translations available, and it's worth taking a look at the different translations, because you can find that there, as you go through it sort of line by line, that the translation makes a huge difference. Which is why, for Muslims, the Quran is only in one language, and that is Arabic. Anything else is usually titled an interpretation of the Quran, or this one, let's see, this one, yeah, this was called an interpretation of the Quran. That's the usual sort of title they give it in other languages. Of course, the Quran is available in probably most of the world's languages at this point, but if it's only Quran for Muslims if it's in Arabic. These days you get a lot of Qurans which are double text, as this one is. You get the Arabic text on one side and the English text on the other side of the page, and you'll just, these days if you go to used bookstores, you can find copies of the Quran for about $1, because right after 9/11 it became one of the best-selling books in America. And I think I was always puzzled by that when I was hearing that on the news back 10 years ago. But I realized that then people sort of thought, well, I need to know my enemy, so I need to read their book, their holy book. And if I read their holy book, I'll understand everything I need to know about my enemy. Which was sort of a wonderfully naive way of kind of thinking about it. Because we all know, I guess the way that people were thinking about it, we all know that all Jews look at the Hebrew Bible the same way, and all Christians look at the Christian New Testament exactly the same way. So all Muslims must look at the Quran exactly the same way. I'm being facetious, of course, and to understand this text and its meaning to the people who believe in it, you would need to do exactly the same thing you would need to do in any great scriptural tradition, Judaism, Christianity, any other great scriptural tradition, which is not so much just to read the text, but to read the text alongside a whole long history of commentary about that text. And there are libraries full of Quranic commentary that's still being written today, just the way there's biblical commentary still being written today. So this is, in that sense, this is a kind of a living, breathing text. And there are many levels of commentary. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But to understand what this text has meant to people over the 1400 odd years of Islamic history, you really do need to look at the text itself alongside with what people have said and continue to say about the meaning of that text in their lives.